Hi everybody and welcome back to Mariah's Nerdy Notes. Let me start this video out by saying I am the worst at self-care. I'm a notorious workaholic and my fitness, waistline, and mental health have all suffered because of it. However, my word for this year is focus. And that's a big word. So what I mean by focus is focusing on my hopes, my goals, my dreams, and my health, and trying to improve me this year. Let me start out with a little story. When I was trying to think of what my word of the year is going to be, I thought maybe perfection. That I was going to strive for perfection. And I realized I didn't know what I wanted to be perfect in. I just didn't know. And all the goals that I had had last year didn't happen, except for maybe one or two. All my goals for this year were these things that I wanted to get done that I was trying to find time for. So here are 5 ways I am planning to make time for me. Number 1, schedule in the things I want to do. I'm an avid planner and I love lists. I am always writing down what I have to do in my bullet journal. And if you're interested in my bullet journal, please check out the link to my blog below where I have a flip through of my 2018 setup. However, I don't prioritize my goals and me in my bullet journal. It looks like I do because I have the year in pixels and my challenges, but the truth of the matter is that I will almost always prioritize work or my social engagements or the favors that I said I'd do for somebody else versus me. I add things like my workout, my craft ideas, my reading to my trackers and lists, and then I will skip it in favor of work or something more important. And I'll keep doing this until my anxiety and depression are at an all-time high and cue mental breakdown. To be completely honest, I did the same thing recently and I skipped my workout. I had packed a gym bag, I'd thrown it in my car, I'm like, I'm going to the gym after work, and I added it to my to-do list. And then something came up where I needed more time to study, and I skipped my workout. I came straight home and studied and cleaned and did all of these things that I had deemed more important than my workout. And I realized what I was doing. So the next day, I left my gym bag in my car. And when I made my daily spread that morning for the day with the list of everything that I had to do and all my events and everything, I made going to the gym an event. Not a to-do option, an event. So in my bullet journal, instead of putting a dot next to the to-do list item that I could put an X through when I finished it, I made an event which I have to cross out and, cancel. Which I hate so much. And it worked. I went to the gym, and then I came home and relaxed, and it was something that I needed to do. And I prioritized that. Which brings me to my second point. Number 2 is to prepare. This really ties into scheduling. Last year, I was regularly the last one to my morning meetings, and it wasn't uncommon for me to be a couple minutes late. Which immediately made the rest of the day anxiety-filled, because I was late, and I have anxiety, and, how could I be late? I woke up on time, and it was a stressful mess. I threw myself into the work those days, and I would keep going until I was exhausted. And I would just go to bed, and I wouldn't prepare anything for the next day because I was so tired. So the same thing happened over and over and over again. Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So this year, I started doing something completely different. I prepped everything the night before. Down to making sure that my French press was cleaned out completely and ready to go. The coffee was in the grinder, ready to be ground. The water kettle was full, so I could make coffee, and my cup for coffee was out with the spoon next to the sugar, and everything was centrally located next to the stove where the kettle is, and it has made my mornings so much easier. And I haven't been late or forgotten anything or started my mornings with stress. Most mornings I can get up, start the kettle, go get dressed, do my hair, what little I have left, and sit down with a cup of coffee and breakfast. And it's really had an impact. Number 3, realize that taking care of myself is not being unproductive. So I have a Google background that says being unproductive is suffering, because I can't stand it. I am always trying to do something to be productive. And I realized that taking care of myself is just as productive as cleaning the house or studying more than I already am. So instead what happened is I sat down yesterday after my workout and I started playing Kingdoms of Amalur, which if you're reading my blog or, watched my recent videos, you know that that's kind of the game that I'm really getting into right now. And I thought I should be studying, or I should be, making a grocery list, or meal prepping, so I realized that sometimes you just need time to do nothing and relax. You need time to sit down and read those books that you've been meaning to get to, or play those games, or sit down and make a YouTube video. And it's really been a nice change. I have to remind the 4th thing is to hold yourself accountable, but to have a reasonable person standard. So whenever my anxiety is at its height, I will message my boyfriend that I'm, this is what's going on and this is what my brain's saying. And most of the time he just goes, "What are you doing? Calm down, think this through. What do you have to do?" And the truth of it is, most of the time, anxiety and depression cause you not to react with a reasonable person standard, because at the moment, you're not a reasonable person. So hold yourself accountable. Make those to-do lists. Make those events. Make sure that you're preparing and doing all this stuff, and hold yourself to that. But at the same time, don't be surprised when things don't always go your way. You're not going to get everything everything done on your to-do list every single day. It's just not going to happen. So there are going to be days where you're just not feeling it. You're not feeling well, or your back hurts, or you had a really bad day and you just need a glass of wine and to read instead of doing that, essay you said you were going to do. Take those times and hold yourself that reasonable person, because everybody has a bad day, no matter what your mental illnesses are telling you. And my number 5 tip is kind of a culmination of everything. Journal. So I have a bullet journal and I have a fitness journal. And my beautiful friend, Talon Drakenmore, sent me a brand new journal and bookmark for Christmas or Yule, and she sent it to me because I was going to write a book for NaNoWriMo last year, and I didn't. And so she sent me something for my writing. And she's an artist and she's always finding new ways to express herself. And her work is incredible. I'll leave a link down to her shop, Sunfeather Studios, down below, if you're interested, and a link to her Patreon. The truth of the matter really is, I say that I love to journal, and then when things are hard, I don't. To be completely honest, I just don't. I didn't before. How's that? I didn't before because I didn't want to take the time to sit down and write down everything I was thinking and feeling and what was going on and what the problems were. And it led to a lot of problems because I didn't face my emotions or sit down and write out things and get all of that, cloudy brain junk that makes, that miasma of depression and anxiety down on a piece of paper. And this won't work for everybody. I mean, if you're interested in journaling, there are apps, there are a ton of YouTubers to do it. I follow a couple, like Lavendare, so I'll leave her page down below. But sometimes you just need to sit down and write something out. So in my bullet journal, it's not really a journal per se. It's more of a list. It's my book of lists. It's something I need. My grimoire is everything I learned that day. Just everything I learned while I'm studying for religion and stuff. My fitness journal is something I picked up from Target. It's, it has like top 3 things I'm thankful for today. What I appreciate about my, amazing bod today. What did I eat? What was my mood like? What was my energy level like? What was my workout? What was my mood? And then it has a space for journaling and what inspires me. This inspires me section at the bottom. An inspirational quote in the corner and a, fitness tip on the bottom. So I've been holding myself to writing in this book every day since the 1st. Even when on days that I didn't work out at all. And to be fair, I've only worked out once in the entire month of January. I mean, it's only the 6th, but still. I realized that I needed to keep myself accountable, and this journal helps me do it. And sometimes you're not going to want to write in your journal. You're just not going to want to, and that's okay. Listen to your body and don't push yourself so far that you're triggering yourself, My biggest piece of advice, other than these, is to know that if you're suffering from mental illness or if you have anxiety or stress or anything, sometimes you just need to take time for you. And sometimes just walk away from what you're doing. Just go take a walk down to the mailbox if you live in like an apartment complex or like a housing complex where I do, where I live in a duplex, but my mailbox is down the street a little bit. And I'll make sure to walk there. Have a glass of wine. If you're struggling with an alcohol abuse problem, get the help that you need. Make sure you always have a water bottle full. Little things like that. But yeah, those were my 5 tips on how to make time for you this year. And I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to hearing from you in the comments down below. Please check out my blog, Mariah's Nerdy Notes, on Blogger. I'll leave the link down below. Wednesdays is a general nerdy lifestyle blog. Fridays are 5 Fandom Fridays. Starting this week, I post every Saturday on YouTube, so please like and subscribe for more nerdy geekiness. And just videos like this, videos on bullet journal, what I'm reading, what I'm planning on reading. So check out my other videos and leave a comment down below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.